Black Tech Green Book presents Wrong Turn in Roosevelt. A real story from a black engineer on the road. Early 2000s, I was working for Nortel Networks as a CDMA integration engineer, leading a crew of RF engineers, builders, installers, programmers, and cable pullers. We were out in the field building up data-only DO systems, and my job wasn't just technical, I was the architect and the operator. I wrote the scripts, built the Oracle systems, created the monitoring tools, and ran the whole operation like a symphony. If the system needed upgrading and had to stay live, I was that guy. This time, I landed in Salt Lake City, Utah, and my destination was a town called Roosevelt, about 3 hours east, sitting near a city-controlled Indian reservation. It was raining when I landed, of course, and that drive, twisting through mountains, no guardrails, no lights, barely a signal. Just me and a rental car that clearly didn't respect wet pavement. Now, here's where it gets real. Roosevelt, Utah didn't have any black folks, not many visitors either. When I got out that rental, I could feel the eyes. It wasn't hateful, it was just surprise. Like, what brought you here? Some folks thought I was part of an old oil company tied to a high-ranking official. I laughed. Nope, I came to upgrade your data, not drill your land. Now here's the part new engineers really need to hear. After a long day, I asked around about food and got pointed to a local spot, but GPS was spotty and I must have made a wrong turn. I ended up walking into a place where everybody but me knew I wasn't supposed to be there. This wasn't just a restaurant. It was the local hangout exclusively for the native community, and I had stepped outside the annexed area. You could hear the air shift when I walked in. Nobody said a word, but every eye in the place followed me. And in that moment, I realized two things. One, this wasn't the eatery I was told about. Two, this space wasn't for me, but I was in it now. Here's what made it even more unique. They didn't worry about the local sheriff or state cops. The only law that mattered out here was BIA, the Bureau of Indian Affairs. That's a different world, and if you ain't familiar, you better recognize quick. But instead of bouncing out immediately, I slowed down, made eye contact, nodded respectfully, and a couple folks nodded back. I didn't try to force it, I just let the moment settle. That mutual respect, quiet as it was, opened a door. A few days later, one of those same folks invited me to a community spot where the native men gathered. I showed up, listened, learned, didn't try to be anything but myself. And over time, they let me in. I didn't dance at the powwow, but I did dance in that gathering spot, a place they rarely welcomed outsiders. And I never forgot that. To my younger engineers, especially black techs out here traveling, you're gonna land in places that don't look like you, where the vibe is off and your GPS don't work, but you do. Keep your awareness sharp, walk in with respect, don't assume access, earn it, and when you're offered a seat, don't just sit, listen. That's how you learn, that's how you grow, and that's how you turn a wrong turn into a right memory.